Yo, what's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, right side, top 16, couple of matches left, and then losers bracket, right, like every year basically. So left bottom part, I guess, the two bottom decks, most interesting matchup, I guess, we have Virtual World, true King of all calamities versus this deck. It's not the extra, well, it's the extra deck variant, but sadly not, not the more, for me, preferred list being Domini. So which deck has the advantage? Well, we see that 72% of the people in the community tab voted for Virtual World, basically True King of all calamities Turbo, which is of course strong, as you know. True King, I think it won against Tournament. Well, in fact, I think the deck hasn't lost a match yet, right? And I'm looking at Virtual World. So, we'll see. Well, I know how it went, but we'll see how it went. So yeah, 1/4, go second, and that's a problem. Especially game number 1, pre-side deck, and this hand, ugh. Like imagine going first with this particular hand. It's an instant skip. Even though the extra deck variant is kind of consistent, simply because one Brilliant Fusion is basically an entire tribute engine on its own, because of last weekend, the Dark Witch. But calamities. Speaking of Dark Witch, this hand is instant scoop. I'd like no place. The thing is that True King is not the end of the world. Sure, it blocks a potential Erebus play, but I can still Storm Fort it away. So like True King is not the end of the world. And one of my favorite side deck cards here from this particular deck list, and back then in 2016, is the Stygian Dirge. You know how it went. What was it against Burning Abyss? All face-up monsters from your opponent, their levels will be lowered, so they'll lose 1 level. And in this particular matchup, that's actually kind of crucial, since you're blocking pretty much all of the extra deck plays for Virtual World. There are definitely some lines. They could go for level 6 synchro play, go for Coral Dragon with, I guess, a tuner and 2 non-tuner. And yeah, that's so good about Virtual World. You could main deck Floodgates against the deck, but Virtual World has that main deck Spell and Trap Destruction card. What is it? Chuchi, I believe the name is. Oh, and that's so powerful, especially in this kind of format of Cross-Banlist. That's superb, and that's where it definitely has an edge above the others, right? Above other decks. So, not looking too great. Instant 2-0. So we'll see. Next one. This was a good one, and my opening hand is much better compared to the previous one. Sadly not able, sadly not able to use the double normal summon here off of Seraphonite. There was a potential extra deck play, but I didn't see any option or any good play. So just go for my regular normal summon, go for Erebus, put my opponent 1 card down, set a Storm Fort, and go for a potential Storm Fort after play during their turn, which could be important. If it wasn't for the spell searching the trap, well, you could Storm Fort their normal summon and kind of hope they bricked, as not getting a Virtual World card on the field. So Maxi is going to give me a lot of draws. It's still crazy though that this matchup went no spoilers, but you see it's going to be really crazy. So multiple draws, triple Stygian Dirge, that's the name. But the funny thing is that even though I'm drawing so many cards, my hand isn't the best. That Dark Witch, Lazuli, the Eidos. Stygian Dirge is okay, especially if I'm surviving this one. Like the double Ether play was actually needed, even though the Ether summoned misses its timing. At least not able to use its effect, right? But still I was able to get rid of at least 1 calamity, so that means, because of all the draws, the second calamity is not really that big of a deal. I can just Storm Fort it away. Problem is this follow-up play, and that's where the Chuche also is going to be a terrible problem, so that's why I only set 2 Stygian Dirge and 1 Prime. But in high, well, the thing is that there always could have been Duster, and I didn't want to blow out lose to Duster, so that's why I at least kept 1 Dirge in hand. And we knew that I would lose 1 Dirge to Chuchi. So I flip over second, and now there needs to be a very specific 3-card combo, go for the level 6 synchro play. For the Virtual World synchro, what is it, banish 2 from the graveyard to send 1 card from your opponent to the graveyard? Something like that. And here is where the third one could have definitely helped out, but like in hindsight, like look how many cards, well, in fact I have a lot of cards in hand, but they're all kind of dead. Lazuli deck, Eidos is decent, Maxi I'm not going to activate, both Brilliant Fusions are dead, Kuras is a tribute monster but not the best. But here in this case it kind of could work out, especially because of Tenacity. Then again, I do discard Tenacity to... I have a couple of options because of Idea and Zeus on their board. So I was like, maybe make a big brain play and force out Chuche, which indeed gets used. I guess assuming that you want to use Chuche before Zeus. So Zeus is already used, so I can storm forth, get rid of one card from their hands and have like a massive amount of advantage. But it kind of feels really awkward. Like here in this particular case, even though it is the extra deck version, the Stygian Dirts kinda is going to act like a domain, you know, in the extra deck less Monarch variant. I make a small mistake. In hindsight, I should have not sent back, what was it, one card in hand? I think so, yeah. Or is it this turn? I believe it's also this turn, because I think I'm going to use Erebus as well. And this turn, I probably should have used Erebus on the Engrave, what is it? What's the synchro called? The level 9, you know, the one that reborns itself. So go for rank 5. Volcasaurus, use an extra normal summon for Erebus, and here is where I should have sent back the level 9 synchro back to the extra deck. Because, I mean, what is the deck going to do? The level 5 now on field, what is it, the psychic one is not going to do anything, and obviously I'm going to keep Stygian Dirts on field, because again, Kuras is there for potential tribute fodder, and you know, the extra deck variant, this is where the variant kind of shines, mid-game, late-game, when you can keep pumping out those primes for those free rank 5 XC plays. So this is, this felt far too long for what it should have been. And and it counts for the same for this particular duel. Imagine a Maxi here. Whew, I would have gotten so many draws, or Virtual Rod would have been forced to end on a very, very suboptimal board, but it probably would have gone for Calamities, right? Just like, what was it, game number 2? I would have drawn so many cards, and definitely would have had multiple plays, especially Twin Twister the Chuche, and then potentially Stormfort on, whatchamacallit, the True King. Sure, I would not have been able to use monster effects, but whatever, right? I would have been so far in front, right? In card advantage with Dirge. You know, that probably would have been my game, but that's Maxi. This is Master Duel. At least this felt like Master Duel format. So sadly, Maxi was negated, and no follow-up play. Twin Twister didn't matter. I definitely needed that Maxi to resolve. Oh, and that Ash was so crucial. That was a good play. Master 7 getting back Ash, like, imagine, well, but I think True King called Dark, right? So I would have been able to send Lazuli, send Witch, get back Witch, Stormfort. Yeah, the game could have gone different, but in hindsight, I think we have a well-deserved winner. Monarchs wasn't winning this one. Sure, power creep, raw power, Virtual World just had like the bigger engine and main deck outs against Floodgates, and that's where the deck shined, right? So next matchup. The last matchup here in the upper part, we have a deck from the early ages, being Blood, so 2007. It's going to take on a deck 8 years later than that particular deck, and that's Holy Lightning Shadows, a previous winner, by the way. So feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like. If you enjoyed the video, leave them signing out. Peace.